something a bit different today. And what it is, I've had a few questions why I don't use mackerel bait. You know, it's a lot of people swear by it, but it's only small mackerel that. So what I'm going to do is I'll put a roach on the other rod, and I'm going to put mackerel on here. And to be honest, I've never had a bite on mackerel. On a recent trip to Scotland, we had 3 baits. We had mackerel, roach and smelt, and we were getting bites within 5 minutes on the roach and the smelt. As soon as they run out, we put mackerel on, we never got another bite. So it may be telling you not as good as people think. It may be good on waters with big fishing and stuff. But I'm going to get this mackerel out. We've got the roach over there. It's like the North Sea today. Right, I know it does produce fish, and people swear by it, and you know, I've seen some decent fish come out on it. Well, I think it's one of them where you just got to wait, and maybe other baits are better and then people aren't using them. But with the small roach on, you probably will pick jack, so I might get a better fish with this. So I'll get it out, see if we can find a weed free zone. Should be about there. And I'm going to stick with it unless I just start catching on roach and stuff, and it may not be worth it. I've got 6 hours if I can get a bite. I've tried it on the rivers and everything, and I just can't seem to get a bite on it. I know Brent used to catch on them, but he's sort of converted now to smelts and stuff. Also got an herring with me. Now Brent was using a massive herring last week, and I told him he wouldn't get a bite on it, but he did. Unfortunately, probably a small fish in it dropped the bait. Well, he got a bite. I'm going to have to keep a close eye on these floats with the chop on the water. So roach on that one, mackerel on that. I ain't cut the head off. A lot of people cut the head off, but I think that's on the bigger ones. That's only, I think, the joey mackerel and small ones. The only thing I've caught on mackerel is dog fishing in the sea. It might just produce better fish. We've just got to wait. A lot of the fish we've been getting this year have been small fish, man. Well, I don't think we've had out over £15 yet. Right, let's see what happens. As you can see, it's getting a bit more windy now. It's probably more like sea fishing than pike fishing. But most of the lake's the same, so I'm probably going to stick it out in this corner. I'm quite sheltered with a few trees at my side. It's just it's going to make it difficult to see any bites unless it takes it and runs with it straight away. So I'll just have to keep a really close eye on them. A bit like river fishing as well, where you get in currents and stuff. You just got to watch them all the time. I know what's happened so far, so I'm not too sure. Time for a coffee now. What we normally do, we normally just bring warm water, hot water should I say, in a flask, and get some of these pre-made coffees. And we found Kenko lattes and cappuccinos are the best ones. Mixed well when you're on the bank, and taste nice as well. So we're going to get in there and get them Kenko cappuccinos and lattes. I just hope I don't get a bite while I'm drinking this coffee. No. I thought I saw a bit of a twitch then on the roach. Maybe wrong, it may be the waves. We did something different. And I started seeing things with the movement of the water. I'll keep an eye on that one. And sometimes it can take like half an hour before they take it. Right, it's been about 3 hours now and not had a sniff on either. I'm getting a bit desperate, so I think I'm going to have to take this mackerel on. Now, I've been sat there for fucking 2 hours without a bait on. Right, I've just wound the mackerel in and I've left it out, and this is another bit of a tip. Don't keep checking your bait. The cast out and it'll probably come off on the cast. So it's been sat there doing nothing, that rod, and that's why I don't like mackerel. I'm going to put a smelt on, see if we can get a fish off out. Right, so I didn't have a bite on the mackerel, but there was no bait on it, and that's another thing why I probably don't use it, because they come off easy. Probably have to use some bait string or something. I'm gonna go for a fish now. Could have been sat there, could have had someone's probably eating it. I don't think I saw any bites, what I missed. And he sat there all that time. It's all wasted time. I haven't had anything on the roach. I'm going to put some oil in the roach and move it over. Not sure what happened to the... I'm sure it was there on the cast. But that's, like I say, that's another tip, that if you catch, some people just cast out with the rods out all day. You don't have the bait still on. So every hour it's a good tip to bring it in. The noise will attract the pike as well. I'll go with a good old smelt, see if I can just get one fish out now. I've had enough of waiting about. So I haven't won me over mackerel, and I'm probably not going to use it again unless I'm sea fishing. I don't feel like there's a roach on either. The roach is gone now. Now this is strange. Both baits being nicked. Now there are a few eels in here, but I definitely didn't see any bites. I mean, you've seen a bite eel pulling it off, so I think that smelt's going on that one and all. Get a nice smelt. I've got some nice smelt. So, get this nice smelt on now. I'll stop on a bit. Don't think there's any crayfish in here. There's some in the river behind it. I don't think they've got in here yet. I'll get a smelt on, get it back there. That roach has probably been scoffed as well. I've wasted probably 2 hours with no bait on. It's time to fish now. Get some fish messing about, trying different baits. Smelt works, roach works. Sticking with that. I don't think I'm ever buying any mackerel again. But there's a couple of free offerings on the bottom, so it might entice the pike, if there's any here, to take the other baits. Let's see if we can get a good old smelt and get us a bite. Right, I'm just sat here now, to be honest, a bit cheesed off with the baits coming off, and it's probably just showing you. I mean, I don't know why the roach come off. They normally stop on quite well, but the problem with mackerel is it's very soft bait, and when I cast it out, it looked like the hooks were still in, but maybe it's dragged on the bottom a bit with the wind and it's dropped off then. Same with the roach. But I'll put smelt on now, and the thing, been trying to do something a bit different. I know I know smelt's a really good bait and roach, and I know deep down mackerel probably catches fish, but I don't think it's as good as people think it is. It's probably just a matter of opinion. I use these other baits more, but I know smelt will stop on and it won't come off like mackerel, and it catches. So I've probably lost 3 hours. I don't know how long the baits have been off. If it's 3 hours, that's 3 hours where I could have caught some fish. And it'd be interesting if he had an underwater cam to see if the baits are still actually there, or Pike's come along and took them baits. So I've got smelt on now, having a coffee on both rods. If I don't catch on smelt, I'm not going to catch on anything. And the lesson is, stick to what you know. It's literally been in 10 minutes since I did the thing, and I've just seen a massive hit on this float here with the smelt. And the pike's picked it up, the float's gone flat now. Leave it on a little bit longer for a strike. Now! Don't feel like anything big. It's shaking its head, so it means it's only lightly hooked and it's come off. It must have been a small one, but it just shows. I'm going to leave that there because the pike might follow it in. I don't think it felt the hooks. It's literally been in 10 minutes and I've probably been sat there with no bait on for an hour or two. And I'll just see if it followed it in. The hooks have come out on the bait, so I'll probably be better off bringing it in. It started raining now as well. It didn't feel like, it felt like a couple of pound fish. Maybe should have left it a bit longer, but who knows. You look at that, it's not damaged hardly. I think it's grabbed it by the side. I'll get it back to the same place. It might come back for it. The water's freezing it. Apparently I've just been talking to a guy that was frozen yesterday, but it's just defrosted. But that pike took it. And probably not even 10 minutes. And that's why I like smelt. Now it does, you do get small fish on it, but you do get the bigger fish. Most of the big fish I've had been on smelt. Across the top of the water. It's still moving, so it's probably another small one. It's took it under now. Doesn't feel like out massive, but sometimes they swim towards you. Shaking its head, so it's probably lightly hooked. I've just moved that one. They've been in these smelts. I've had one run on one, and this one on within 15 minutes of putting them in. I don't think it's a really small one. Not seen it yet. Big bow weight. Not a micro. Not massive, but it's not a bad one. Better than nothing. See, the hooks are just in. We'll get it in and then get the mat ready. If it don't come off, it's in the net. And amazingly or not, I've just had another run on the other rod. Now I don't really want, unless I kick the rod, I don't really want to get a double run, so I might bring it in. Yeah, there's another fish on that. You'll have to put them both in the same net. Can you believe that? Luckily it's come off. It was a small one. It just shows you the bait choice and the difference. I'll get my net out and put it on the mat. Not a bad fish really, it's probably £6–7. I think the hooks are just in the net, running its gob. I don't think that way we're going to come off. Just tangle the net up as well. Get this hook out and then I'm going to put it by hand, this one. Not a bad fish, pretty heavy. Reckon it's £6–7. Get back in the water. Not happy. That's the first time I've ever had a double run here, and it's that bait choice, changing the bait, unbelievable difference it's made. Whew. Right, I'll get this bait back out again. I think it's probably a really small one what's having a go at it. A bit hairy then, and that's the first time I've had a double run in ages, and I've been by myself. As I was playing the other fish, I just saw a few twitching. I wasn't sure if I'd kicked the rod. Right, a bit of an update now. I just had a couple of weird bites on the left hand rod. I had one where it jerked really violently, and then the next one, it was just, the float was just moving really slow, and it didn't look like a pike. I'm not sure what it was. There are a few eels in here and the odd catfish. I'm not sure if it was something like that. Weird, unless a carp, there's plenty of carp in here. A carp might have just been trying for the bait, because they will eat dead baits, have a go at eating them. It's a strange bite. Not your normal pike bite. I just moved them about, put fresh bait on one of them, just moving them about a bit now. You know, the water's freezing still, so I don't think they're moving about much. I definitely had more activity on the smelts. I've got a run again, shooting across the top. I think it had to strike on that. Not massive. It's probably that one that's been pestering me all the time. And my net's at the other side of the rod. Just like shoot across the top, they didn't even go under the float till the last minute. Get the line tight. Smelt again. Got a small one. I thought the one what I'm messing, I don't think it's the same fish. Only lightly hooked again. I'm picking it up and running with them. Right, it's in the net. Got the mat ready already from the last one. Not as big as the last one, but another fish. Yeah, and unhook it. Forceps to hand. Tangle itself up a bit. Oh, they always do. I'll be careful with this. I'm going to let the hook in the hand otherwise. Again, it's tangled the net up. This is why we have rubberized nets. Only a small one. No hooks in it or anything. Well, it's not the mackerel what took it the first time. I'll put it back by hand again. keep it low to the ground. And proper run with it, so it's telling me there could be a bigger one in the area. Off moping again. Looks good when you can see him in this clear water. Gone. Right, so that's it now. No more fish, but changing that bait has made a big difference. As you can see, you know, I could have been sat here all day and not got a bite. They may have took the baits what came off the roach and stuff. I've caught on roach on here before. Like I say, I haven't caught on mackerel, and I don't think I'm ever going to buy it again. You don't need it. Smelt's a better universal bait. Catches on the rivers, lakes, canals, everywhere. You can't go wrong with it. I've had all my biggest fish bar one on smelt, so I think smelt is my favourite bait, and that's the bait I'm going to stick with. You know, I may use mackerel again, but I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Like I said, that it was telling in Scotland when we fished Scotland, me and Tom. We had a couple of packets of smelt, packet of roach, and all them baits went within 2 hours. And we had some mackerel, put the mackerel on. I think Tom got a bit of a bite on one, and I didn't get a bite, and we sat there for about another hour before we went home. So it's a telling thing. For some reason, people do catch on them and catch good fish, and probably they use them and catch first time, so they use them all the time. But I think overall, smelt's a better bait, roach, and the other ones we use. So I don't think I'll be using herring or anything like that again. There's no point. Might as well just put smelts on. So I'll see you at the next one.